Hi friends, back again with part 3 of my perfume collection that's in my display units. So we'll jump right into the next cube. Okay. This is my musks. So these are very musky perfumes when I'm in the mood for musk. This is my little musky shelf. So let's start over in this corner. This is A Lovely Summer from Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't know why it's called A Lovely Summer. I think it smells like an Egyptian musk. I think it's really spicy, perfect for autumn, winter for me personally. I'm sure there's loads of people who love like ambery perfumes because it's very spicy, it's ambery, it's a bit floral, but it's very, very musky. It really reminds me of Coty Wild Musk, but like much better than the modern version of. So it's beautiful. Then we've got Amethyst from Lalique, a gorgeous perfume, which smells like a musky bar of soap, but with a load of still on the tree, sharp red and purple berries. And then I always think it smells like there's basil in it. It's something really herbaceous in this perfume, but it's very, very musky, gorgeous. Then we've got Falling in Love from Philosophy. So this is basically musk and blackberry. It's really sugary sweet, almost like there's almost like a chantilly whipped cream kind of smell in Falling in Love. Absolutely love it. This is a 125ml bottle and I have a dent in it. So that's how much I love that perfume, especially in colder weather. I love wearing it. This bottle is just their Christmas, like a Christmas special. It's exactly the same scent. They just put it in different bottles all the time. Then this one, because this is a strong perfume, man. This is Lonvin Oxygen. This smells like a spa in winter. It's got a cold smell about it. There's milk in it. There's iris. There's loads of sandalwood, but it's very milky, very musky, slightly lactonic, but in an entirely non-gourmand way. It's really strong and it lasts forever. I just love it. Okay, one of my all-time favourites. This is Guest Air. Dent put in it myself. This is a fruity floral musk bomb. I think it's really sexy. It's almost unisex though, because there's a woodiness in this, but there's, I think, jasmine. I think there's like some kind of cactus flower or something, and then it's kumquat, so it's quite an unusual fruitiness. Really beautiful. My husband really likes that one as well. Okay, this is Lolita Lempicka Mon Petit. Generally, this is supposed to be for children, but anyway, this is I think it's like linden blossom or something, or angelica, almonds and marshmallows, but it's not gourmand again. It just smells like sweet skin. Really pretty. It kind of makes me think of weddings because of that, because of the floral notes in it. Then we've got Katy Perry's Indie, one of my all-time favourites. It's got like 4 different types of musk in this perfume. But to me, honestly, it just smells like a musky sandalwood. I think it lists cedar, but it smells like sandalwood. It smells like Santal Blanc from Van Cleef & Arpels, but it cost me like £3. Absolutely obsessed with Katy Perry. I'm one of the people who gets coconut from it, but not everyone does, but I just love it. Cerise Etoile, this is one of the Cerise flankers from L'Occitane. They bring these out every year. Any of them are pretty good to my nose. So this is basically just lovely cherry blossom and a very, very bar soapy musk. It's one step away from shampooy, this one. But my goodness, the dry down's so pretty. I think it's got like water flowers listed in it, like lotus or something. But it's my favourite version that I've smelt so far of the cherry blossoms. Okay. Oh, an absolute wonderful cheapie. This is A la Ombre de Almondier. This is from Jeanne en Provence. It's very kind of similar in feel to Mon Petit from Lolita Lempicka. But this one, easier to wear, much cheaper. And yeah, you get like a little bit of orange blossom. It's very watery. It's very ethereal and light. But you get that sweet almond. It's just absolutely beautiful. Next up, we have Coty's version of Chanel No. 5, which is Lemon. This has been around for ages in this really cool Art Deco style bottle. Although I think they've had a number of different bottles. They've still got one of the much older bottles on Fragrantica. This is, I think it's easier to wear than Chanel No. 5. It's not quite as oak mossy, not quite as sharp in the opening, but it's very aldehydic, soapy, musky. If you know what Jovan musk smells like, then I'd say that Jovan kind of smells like the dry down and the muskiness that you get in the base of Chanel No. 5 and perfumes that smell like it. So this is like that, but with more florals and a bit more powdery. It's kind of a bit more rosy, really pretty. I used to wear the body spray of this when I was a kid. Then we have, this is Versace Crystal Noir. This is the EDP version. I did have the EDT as well, and I decided I liked this one better. They smelt very similar to me though, so I don't know. This one I think was just maybe a bit sweeter in the dry down. So the thing with Versace Crystal Noir is that the notes are all over the place. So people argue about it. I don't care what people say. I know what I think this smells like. And I have the original reformulation version of the EDT in a little sample spray. And I have the sample card that has the notes. And it lists fig. And I think that Versace Crystal Noir, both of them, smells like almost like a coconut yogurt or something with loads of fig and sandalwood. It's got a very creamy but not buttery gardenia. And it's very, very soapy. It really, to me, reminds me of a Lush fig soap that they have, like a bar soap. It's strong, it lasts forever, it's amazing. I like both versions, and I'd have to say the only one I don't like is the new parfum. I think it smells like aroma chemical, so I hate that version. But the Versace Crystal Noir Eau de Parfum original one are lovely, really beautiful. Then we have Mon Eau. This is from Lolita Lempicka, and this is like raspberry and anise, and it's got that kind of musky freesia smell. You get like, it's just got a little hint of the original Lolita Lempicka, and that is why I really wanted this one, because I was craving wearing Lolita Lempicka, but I can't wear that in warm weather because it's so overwhelming to me and so sweet. So this kind of works to kind of crave or to sate those cravings, but the deep dry down really smells like Lanvin Zajan, which is again like a kind of raspberry, musky freesia perfume. Beautiful. Next up we have Modern Princess from Lanvin. This is a beautiful musk. It's so musky, but it's also red apple and freesia. It's gorgeous, glorious, love it. I have a backup of this. It has like a creaminess to it, which is, it's not gourmand, but it's kind of veering towards, in the same way that Falling in Love from Philosophy is kind of veering in that direction. It's so beautiful, love it. I love a red apple. And then Toka Giulietta, this one I'm still trying to get my head around, because I'm trying to work out if it's a bit too much like a Christmas candle or something, because it's like green apple, and I think it's like lily. Is it lily or orchid? It might be both, but it has something in it that smells spicy to me. It smells like apple and cinnamon, so it reminds me of like a kind of winter candle, but it's also very beautiful. So I'm trying to work out, I'm going to try wearing this again in the colder weather to see how I feel about it, because I really struggle with green apple. I always find they smell like candles. All right, beautiful. This is Chanel No. 5. This is the Le Eau version. Really, really pretty. A much easier wear than any of the other Chanel No. 5s, I'd say, because it's made for a modern audience. So it's supposed to be like a kind of young lady version, I think, of No. 5. It's more citrusy. It's much lighter. It's not the same kind of chypre vibe, but it's very musky, really pretty. It's got a beautiful natural sweetness. It's very much a skin scent, really pretty. Okay, so Cerruti 1881 is not a skin scent. I'm just trying to get this so it's not too blinding. There we go. So this perfume is a musk bomb. It's also a sandalwood bomb, and it's got a ton of chamomile in it. So it's really comforting. It's really cozy. It's very feminine, but it's quite mature, I'd say. It has that 90s feel. It's strong. It lasts forever. It also has a noticeable vanilla, I find, when this dries down. So I think it's sweet and pretty and beautiful, but it can be overwhelming. So I can only wear it in colder weather. But yeah, it's really beautiful. Another one that I can really only wear in cold weather because it's so musky. This is Noah from Cacharel. This has musk in the top notes. That's how musky it is. It's like a creamy bar soap musk, almost like a white bar soap, but there is a hint of coffee. Sounds crazy. Again, it's not gourmand, but it's really, really beautiful. It's got this fantastic bottle, which has this kind of iridescent vibe to it. So gorgeous. Yeah, so that's a really beautiful musk, and it's very, very affordable. So this is Pure Poison, and this is the Elixir. So I got this on eBay. This is like Pure Poison, but a little bit sweeter and with a slight hint of gourmand, because it's sweet enough, and then it has an actual cacao note, which I said when I first got my dupe for Pure Poison. It smells a bit like there's cacao in it. I just get this slightly chocolatey smell on top of a kind of the orange blossom and gardenia, these kind of super creamy but not buttery florals. So yeah, Pure Poison Elixir, really beautiful. I didn't put the sprayer thing in because they seem to go all minging. So this is just one where I can either use it as a splash bottle, but more likely, I just put it into a little decanted spray bottle. Then last up of the musky shelves, we've got Burberry Brit Rhythm, not to be mixed up with Burberry Brit Rhythm Floral, which is a totally different perfume. Burberry Brit Rhythm is a lavender perfume that is so musky that it's sort of bar soapy, but it veers towards body lotion. So it kind of smells like a very sugary lavender body lotion. So it took me a little while to get used to it because I struggle sometimes with body lotiony perfumes, which is, I say, all of these at the bottom veer into that kind of category. But I think it's really beautiful, and I love lavender so much that it kind of just got to me, Really, really lovely. So yeah, that is my musky perfume little block, my little display. So let's move on to another area of the collection now. So this is my collection of cold weather perfumes. These are things that they just give me a headache or make me feel weird if I try to wear them at different times of year. So they're also in this darker bit to match, but let's take a look. Let's start up the top. So let's start with YSL Cinema. Beautiful, powdery, vanilla floral. It's got almond blossom, and it's really reminiscent to me of Illicit by Jimmy Choo, but that one's like honey and caramel. It's like a more gourmand take on something like Cinema. Cinema is beautiful. It's really, really classy smelling. Just gorgeous, that one. And then you've got Obsession Night. I love this bottle as well. Obsession Night is really interesting perfume. It is bitter orange, but then it's got loads of white florals in as well, but I find it very vanillic, and it's got like a cashmere wood smell. It's just so pretty, and it's just so cozy and comforting. So when it says Obsession Night, I think we're supposed to take from that it's like nighttime in a cozy way, and not nighttime in like an I'm sexy way, Tried to reposition myself because I'm well shaky. So this is Untold Absolute from Elizabeth Arden, and this is another kind of very perfumey but slightly vanillic, like perfumey, almost gourmand perfume. It has a gorgeous vanilla in the base, and it has plum in the top, and there's florals in the middle, and it smells extremely classy, grown up, mature woman, really beautiful but quite sweet. It's kind of ambery, it's a bit spicy, it's just beautiful. Now, they have discontinued this version in this bottle, but they've brought it out again in just a plain bottle, so it's a bit more affordable. So you can still get both the original Untold and Untold Absolute. And Untold Absolute is just absolutely lush. It's gorgeous. Okay. So then, hiding behind over here, we've got Cabotin de Grez. This is a floral aldehydic perfume that is an absolute beast. If you like things like Poison from Christian Dior, you'd probably quite like Cabotin. It's like, it smells a little bit like tender poison. So it's got ginger lily and jasmine and blackcurrant and tuberose and a huge shed load of aldehydes. It's a beautiful perfume, but it's so strong I can only wear it in winter, and I think it shines so much in winter because it's like really cheerful. So in like almost snowy weather, it's the perfect time for me to wear Cabotin. So when it's like ice cold. Oof, my arms. Okay, I've done too many of these today. Oh dear, this is really struggling, isn't it now? Okay, this is Larive My Only Wish. Sadly, they don't make this anymore, but on the plus side, it is a dupe of Cacharel's Yes, I Am. So you can still get that one easily enough. This is a lactonic, caramelly, spicy, licoricey, cardamom-y, raspberry forward, floral yumminess. It's vampy, it's sexy, it's sweet. It's too sweet for me to wear in really hot weather, but I love it. It's so good. Speaking of one I absolutely love, and I look forward to cold weather to wear this, Stash from SJP. This is a beautiful woody perfume. Come on. It's really struggling now that I'm in this bit, isn't it? It really doesn't like it. So this is, I think it's like called, is it Masoya wood or something like that? It's a wood that I don't really know very well, but it to me smells like the best sandalwood you could ever think of. And then it smells like pistachio and ginger, and it also smells like Christmas trees to me. I just love it. I think it's so beautiful. So then we have this one. This is another brocade. This one I think is called Winter Apple and Strawberry, but I just get toffee and green apple from this, and with like a hint of cinnamon. So I'm still trying to work out the same way I am with Tocca Giulietta, whether this is one for me, because I really struggle with green apple smelling like candles, but I love the toffee in this perfume, but it's very sweet. So yeah, I'm trying to work that one out. This is a Scent Doctor Sherry Mola, and this is a gorgeous, very cheap perfume that has I guess it's got like cherry moya. Is that Barbados cherry? I think that is. So it's like a kind of berry, and then it's also got cinnamon in this. So I get a kind of mulled winey vibe from it. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I wore it recently and I really enjoyed it. This is, I've got to get back to show you this big boy, Tocard from Russia. So Tocard is to me like an ambery floral vanilla, and it's a rose vanilla. So it's like rose, lemon, vanilla, amber. It's powdery, it's vintage smelling, it's beautiful. But I mean, yeah, only in cold weather, that one. This is Lolita Lempicka, and this is Lolita Land. Lolita Land, I would say, it's got a gourmand touch, but it's also quite perfumey. It's got champagne in it, or I think actually it might be an actual Bellini. So it's like peachy but apricot-y to me. It's got a slightly custardy vanilla in it. It's a bit cakey. It's very spicy. I think it smells like a kind of spiced ginger cake or something with loads of apricot jam and then a side of vanilla custard. That's kind of the vibe I get, but in a perfumey way. Fresh Cream from Philosophy. Let's try and get this in one. It doesn't look insane. Fresh Cream from Philosophy. I think this smells a bit like very sweet breast milk, so I know a lot of people don't like that, but I think it's really nice. I like wearing this one in very cold weather. I find it really comforting, but I wouldn't wear it outdoors. It's purely an indoor one for me. Vanilla Apricot. This is Comptoir Sud Pacifique, and this is so sweet, this perfume. I think it might be the sweetest thing that I own. So it's so sugary sweet that I really liked it, but only in very cold weather. I think the bottle's really cool. It smells exactly like you'd imagine. Not particularly natural smelling, but it's like a slightly powdery, really sweet vanilla and a bit of an apricot. Okay, this is Shush by Jade Goody. This has elements, if you know what it smells like, of Coco by Chanel, the Coco Eau de Parfum. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit more zesty, and it has a cassis tea note and a candy floss note. So it smells a little bit more modern, but it definitely has that kind of cocoa EDP smell, and I think it's just really classy because of that. It's really beautiful, but it cost me like literally about £5. Oh, over here, I just can't bring myself to declutter this, even though my favourite is the Eau de Parfum version, the Le Parfum. But this is Lolita Lempicka, and this is the Mon Premier version. It's like the original EDP, but it's less licorice, more syrupy cherry, more tonka, and less violet. So it's kind of a girlier, more syrupy, less complex version of the original, but I still love it, and it's so good in cold weather. So the last little batch we have here is Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker. Very unusual perfume that's very cheap but smells super niche. I don't know that they make this anymore, but I think you can still get it. So this is honeysuckle, teak wood, lemon, and then it's got a lot of dark chocolate in it. So it's really unusual. It's very sweet. It's something I can only wear in hot weather. It's something I can only wear in cold weather. Then we have another one I can only wear in cold weather because it's so sweet. This is Sweet from Lolita Lempicka. This is cherry and chocolate, and it smells a bit like a cherry chapstick with a lovely chocolatey vibe in it as well. Husband really likes that one. Lolita Lempicka Le Parfum, absolute queen of perfumes, one of my absolute favourites. It's sexy, musky, it's got like a lovely sweetness, it's got cherry, it's got loads of violet, it's got loads of licorice and anise. It's so lush. That's the other thing that the Mon Premier is missing. It's not very musky, whereas Lolita Lempicka in the dry down has such a sexy, almost animalic musk. It's so beautiful. It's one of my absolute favourites. Then we've got So Sweet from Lolita Lempicka, another one that's kind of sweet and a bit syrupy, and this one is more of a raspberry. It smells like sweets again, and it has like iris. It's got a lipsticky smell, so beautiful. And then we've got Cashmere from Chopard, which is, this to me is where M. Micallef took inspiration for Ylang in Gold, because it smells so much like Cashmere. Cashmere, I think, is slightly sweeter. It's got a little more vintage smell in it. It's got a lot of amber, and I think that Tocard is like the lemon and rose equivalent of Cashmere, which I think is a like peach and ylang ylang, although it comes across a bit apricotty to me. Both vanillas in their way, but vintage vanillas. So yeah, that is my, if I can pull it back, this one's been really difficult to film. That's my cold weather perfumes. Really, really difficult to get into this little corner to film this. So that is pretty much it, guys. That is my collection of, just see if I can get far enough back here to show you. So that's my perfumes. That's the perfumes there. That's how they're displayed on my big thing with loads of boxes. And then I do have more perfumes than this, but they are away in cupboards, not quite so beautiful. So this is my display. At some point, I'm sure I'll show you what's in the cupboards and the drawers. But yeah, so those are the ones that are out on display. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. And I hope I can edit it together, because I had to do it in loads of different bits.